Bucky! Captain Bucky O'Hare! He goes where no ordinary rabbit would dare. Look out!
Hello and welcome to a special edition of Diagnostic 80s Reviews with me, your host, Diagnostic 80. On this video I will be looking at Boss Fight Studios' special Holiday Bucky O'Hare figure, and I'll be taking you through the process of making a small diorama for him based on a chocolate river scene in Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. Let's get chocolatey.
Bucky! Captain Bucky O'Hare! He goes where no ordinary rabbit would dare. Look out!
First off, let's make this dio. As soon as this Bucky was revealed by Boss Fight Studio, I just had to make a cute and fun display base for him, and the first thing that came to my mind was the film set in the Chocolate River scene in Willy Wonka. After checking a bunch of reference images online, my wife and I started sketching out ideas and discussing dimensions, etc. Then I forced Kate to make it for me. I kid. We started off with a simple square piece of foam core that would be the base, and proceeded to stack and cut thicker foam pieces to get a gauge of the size and shape of the dio. Once we'd decided on that, we fixed it in place with glue and dowel rods and began shaping the actual land parts using cutting tools. Kate worked on the bridge element using smaller pieces of the foam and carving the rough shape out, and then we fixed that to the two separate land masses using dowel rods and glue again. Once we had the basic positioning down, I went to town on cutting it into an actual workable shape. With the basic foam shape finished, it was on to the fun part, paper claying the crap out of it. I covered the foam shape in clay, making sure I was careful not to spill much on the exposed foam part in the middle, which would eventually become the river. When it was completely covered and shaped, it was left to dry overnight. The entire process at this stage was only a few hours. I was surprised at how quick it had been to sculpt this so far. Once it dried, which actually took quite a long time and required a few sessions with the hairdryer, I had to sand the underside of the bridge and under the ridges of the banks to make the texture different to the grassy land parts. Then it was down to painting it, which was very straightforward. A standard green for the grass, light orangey brown for the underbelly, and dark brown for the river. After applying a few coats of green with drying breaks in between, I dry brushed a much lighter green over the top to get a more textured effect. I then decided against the idea of the dark brown with the clear coat layer of Mod Podge over the top, and went with 2 coats of a lighter gloss brown for the river instead. Once it was dry, I added the tree, some fake grass around the base to cover the standee, and threw some small chewing gum Easter eggs all over the place to make it more candy-like. Obviously you could add more of this kind of stuff for the full-on Willy Wonka effect, but we just wanted to have a balance between Bucky and Wonka. Bonker. We even managed to find Bucky a cute in-scale Easter basket with eggs at Michael's that does not come with the figure. And that's how you dio.
Bucky! Captain Bucky O'Hare! He goes where no ordinary rabbit would dare. Look out!
For the actual figure, let's have a good look at him. Now I have covered this build twice already with the Wave 1 original style Bucky and the Wave 2 Stealth Mission deco as well, so if you want to know what the articulation and all that is like, just check that video out. I do, however, want to look at that card art. So cool. Love the basket edition. It's like in the old days when companies would paint over the original artwork to do Tiger Force Roadblock or Night Force Lightfoot. All G.I. Joe, of course. The bio is the same as his original figure written by Larry Hama, with the addition of that fun artwork. The figure looks good enough to chow down on. It's a silly repaint, but at the same time very fun, and I get a lot of joy out of this particular deco variant. The paint apps are simple, chocolatey brown all over, bar the creamy white chocolate belt, goggles, eyes and teeth, and the pink pupils, nose, goggle lenses and ears. His cape has the SPACE logo in that same creamy white, and his accessories are as follows. 4 different gloved hand attachments, left pointy, right fisty, left fisty and right jazz handy, 2 creamy white blasters and 2 extra faceplate options, 1 happy mouth open and 1 determined happy mouth open.
Bucky! Captain Bucky O'Hare! He goes where no ordinary rabbit would dare. Look out!
Overall, I love this deco. I've waxed lyrical about this action figure and the others in this fantastic line to the Warren and back already, so I don't need to go into too much more detail here. What I will say is that Boss Fight Studio keep making figures of superb quality and amazing fun that I just cannot resist buying them. Even the repaints bring me huge amounts of joy, to the extreme of making a f***ing diorama for him. If there ever was a toy that was good enough to eat, it was this one. Disclaimer, please do not eat this adult collectible, it is not actual candy and it tastes terrible. Neither Boss Fight Studio nor Diagnostic 80s Reviews condones the eating of this action figure and will not be held responsible if it is consumed after purchase. From the law firm of Hutz, Grundle and Spunkmeyer.
Bucky! Captain Bucky O'Hare! He goes where no ordinary rabbit would dare. Look out!
You can shop for these awesome Bucky O'Hare collectibles at bossfightshop.com or download the app for iOS and Android devices. Thanks for watching this video. Please feel free to like, comment and subscribe. I would really appreciate it. I have been Diagnostic 80 and you have been swimming in Willy Wonka's chocolate river.